You're listening to the SupportED Learning Podcast, where we challenge the status quo of education and reimagine what learning should be. I'm Dr. Joe Sebestyen, and in every episode we dive into critical thinking, Bloom's taxonomy, educational innovation, and how AI is shaping the future of learning. Whether you're a teacher, parent, policymaker, or lifelong learner, you're in the right place to rethink, reshape, and revive education. Welcome to the Supported Learning Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Joe Sebestyen, and I'm really excited to start and share this podcast with you as we explore a bunch of topics in the world of education and learning, including how education has somewhat become a broken system and how do we address gaps in the current educational landscape. Focus on higher learning, Bloom's taxonomy, in depth, what is critical thinking, and how do we drive our learners today to achieve critical thinking at depth, to actually be lovers of learning and push the boundaries in what traditional education delivers today. We'll talk about AI in education and how artificial intelligence is completely transforming not only the job market, the job landscape, but the educational landscape, and how as teachers, we need to integrate with AI as fast as possible to support our learners who are going to be the next wave of job disruptors and hopefully avoid job disruption or displacement from AI. How do we learn how to be the critical thinkers that input into AI rather than be pushed aside from AI? We're going to discuss innovative solutions around the world, best practices and success stories. We're going to bring on a ton of special guests, interviews, teachers, educators, professors, reformers, and other people who have a lot of impact on learning and have been impacted by learning. And we're going to make education recreate the vigor that it once was, that brought about the golden age of the United States in terms of the 50s and 60s and how we were leading the world in innovation, and basically provide that framework for leadership and how we move forward. So my name is Dr. Joe Sebestyen. I have a master's and doctorate in educational leadership. My master's is from Virginia Tech. My doctorate from University of Pittsburgh, where we focused on improvement science. As a practitioner in education, we want to find problems, identify the causes of them, and work towards solutions to create them. And education has become somewhat of a dirty word. It's been associated with bureaucracy. It's been brought into the political landscape. But what I found rewarding and both successful to think about, I guess, is that education has transcended bipartisan lines in that most people support their local schools, believe in their local teachers, but on the global basis, they think education is not where it should be. I tend to agree on both sides, and I want to have conversations with those people and how do we address them? And more importantly than just that, how as listeners, either parents or students, what role do we play in education and learning? Because those two things are not necessarily tied together. And where are the next steps in the second quarter of the 21st century? So I'm really excited to get started. Welcome again to the Supported Learning Podcast, and tune in and subscribe. Thanks for joining us on the Supported Learning Podcast. If today's conversation inspired you, challenged you, or sparked a new perspective, be sure to subscribe and share with a fellow changemaker. We'll be back soon with more voices, more insight, and more ways to elevate the future of learning together. Until then, keep learning and keep pushing the conversation forward.